Welcome back to Limited Slip Racing. Yesterday we clearanced some standoffs, getting ready for the Power by Hour alternator bracket install. Well, today what we're going to do is actually check to see if we clearanced those properly and install the bracket to the alternator. We won't be able to hook everything up today because I found out that we have a wrong tensioner, but we'll get down to business. First thing we need to do is remove 3 screws on a nut that's over here. Remove the nut. We're going to take a 10 mil and get this thing on there. And we're going to quick pop that off. It holds the ground wire. So I've labeled it, I pre-labeled it. We'll pop that thing off. Get her out of the way. And that was a 10 mil, by the way. We're going to take a 13 or half-inch wrench, or half-inch socket rather. I'm going to pull this bolt out. This bolt out. And I guess we're going to have to switch back to looks like a 10, another 10. It is. And pull that bolt out. All right. Now we have some more standoffs to install. Take one here. And this is the longest one, according to the instructions, 4 inches. I do. That happens to be a 19 millimeter. I'm going to go ahead and do things a quick way. And at least just run that thing in there until it bottoms out. So we're going to take this one, put her in here. No. So we'll put it up in here, I guess. Yeah, there we go. We got her started it by hand. We'll finish it off right here like this, like so. Dial that torque down on this thing just a little bit. And then our third standoff is right here. Okay. Those are installed. Since we're not going to be doing the entire alternator install, we'll just go ahead and leave those finger tight. Well, hopefully we got a good camera angle here. So this is the Power by Hour Performance alternator bracket. And what we're going to do is set that bad boy up here, and we're going to take this long bolt and this spacer. It looks like we're going to have to slide the spacer in with the bracket. Line all that stuff up. Right. There we go. And again, if I was going to be installing this permanently, I'd torque her down and all that stuff. But since we're just going to be looking for clearances, and we know that our tensioner is the wrong one, we're just going to go ahead and do things finger tight here. And that's basically the bracket install. What's kind of wild about this is that the alternator goes back against the engine, so you got to put the belt on, put it pretty much against the engine. That's what all the clearances are for. And then all this stuff, your electrical connections back here in the back stick out of the front, which is kind of handy for the electrical connections, I got to admit. But what we have here is called a clutchless pulley. This is like the old time pulleys where it's just a pulley. It will spin in either direction and charge the motor. There are some newer pulleys out there on alternators that have a clutch in them that only spin one way. And if you put this thing in backwards like I'm going to, when the motor's spinning, the alternator won't charge because there's a clutch in there, and this allows this pulley to spin freely. So we happen to have the right kind of alternator. Let's go ahead and see if we got this thing clearanced properly. Okay, and we're on our final step to check the clearancing that we did yesterday. What we're going to do is just put this bracket on, or the studs, push her all the way in, and it looks like I've still got some clearancing to do up on the first stud that I tried to clearance. It looks like the 1/4 inch cut in the rib or the fin is fine. We just need some space there, so we'll work on that a little bit. Anyway, that's pretty much how it is to install this bracket. Pretty wild how that's going to sit there like that. But anyway, we'll get that clearancing done. We'll get that bracket on there and see what we can't do about getting the proper tensioner from Power by the Hour. I will catch you later.